Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We have officially entered the month of May and we're coming right up on Cinco de Mayo. So the other day I was in my local Walmart and I started noticing several new lines of products that would be great for homemade MRE items. As I started to gather up the items, I came to realize I could put together a theme meal for Cinco de Mayo. So in order to properly celebrate this holiday, let me introduce you to the Dad Budget Adventures Homemade MRE Menu CM1 for Cinco de Mayo. So most of this MRE was built around the entree item that I came across. It was something new and kind of unique, but too cool to pass up. So let's tear into here and see what's in our homemade MRE for Cinco de Mayo. Right here on top is our entree. And for that, I picked up this carton of Born Simple Mexican style chicken rice bowl. It's got black beans and corn. It looks like maybe some red bell peppers, rice, and hopefully some chicken. And it comes in this cardboard box, which I thought was just perfect for the application of a homemade MRE. Now, of course, before we go any further, we need to get this in the trucker's lunchbox so it can be heating up, so it'll be ready when it comes time for dinner. All right, let's get in here and see what else is in our kit. For our side, I found these Mount Olive Pickle Pack Sweet Petites. I have not yet in any of my local stores encountered the pickles in this style of container. I've had a couple that come in the retort pouch, but nothing like this. All I can find with this packaging is olives. I'm not a fan of olives. I know a lot of you guys want to see me throw olives into one of these MREs. I'm not a fan, probably not going to happen. But I did find these Sweet Petites, so I'm anxious to try those and see how they go with our entree. For our walking around snack, I found these Made Good granola minis, and these were on clearance, which made it an even better bargain because it gave me the ability to kind of knock down the price of this MRE a little bit. These are just little bite-sized granola bites. And because this is a relatively small package, I added two. And these are the chocolate chip granola bites. Next up is our dessert. And because of my recent experience with my foreign MREs that I tried, I decided to go with a good old standby of a great big bar of dark chocolate with almonds. This is the Great Value Walmart store brand, and typically this chocolate tends to be pretty good. But I figured if we're having a Mexican themed dinner, some dark chocolate with almonds would go well with that. Now, one of the things that is routinely found in foreign rations is alcohol drinks. For that one, I picked up this Chi-Chi's Pina Colada. It's not booze, it's malt liquor, but I got it at my Walmart, and my Walmart here does not sell liquor in the store. So unfortunately, since we're sourcing from the same place, I had to go with that. But I figured that Pina Colada flavor would be a good way to finish this whole thing out and stay in the theme of Cinco de Mayo. So that's everything that's in our Cinco de Mayo dinner. So now, all that's left is to get around to trying some of these things. Let's dive back in here, see what we ended up with. All right, so first things first, let's try our Mount Olive Sweet Petite Pickles. Now, pickles in homemade MRE has been something that has been a discussion back and forth, not always good, not always bad, because one of the issues that you run into with pickles is they don't tend to have a lot of calories to them. Caloric content in MREs typically is something that you're going for. Now, what we have to keep in mind is that these MREs are not designed for going into combat. These are designed so that you can put some meals together, whether you're going camping or just on a day trip, or if you just want to keep things around in the event of a blackout or something like that. So you can have some decent meals that are already put together so you're not scrounging around in the dark trying to figure out what's for dinner. So while they may not have a lot of calories to them, they do have a lot of benefits. One being if you're getting overheated, all the electrolytes that are in these pickles and in the liquid are good for you. Not to mention, pickles are fun food and it's great for morale. These pickles have a really spicy smell to them. Not hot spicy, but almost like exotic spicy. It's like there's a lot of clove or something that's in these things. So it's going to add a little bit of extra flavor instead of just being sweet and vinegary. Let's give these a shot. See how they taste. That has a lot of crunch to it. Great texture, great flavor. Those right there, those hit the spot. And there's a good sized portion in there too. So if you really got a case of the munchies, that's going to be good for you. And of course, to maximize having the pickles in your MRE, you got to drink the juice, right? Whew. That's good stuff. All right, so let's pop the top on our Pina Colada and see what we've got here. Is this going to be a party or is this going to be the party's over? If you like no, never mind. We're not going to sing that. I don't want to get a copyright strike. Ooh, it smells good. It smells coconutty. Let's get a sip of that. It's not the best tropical drink I've ever had, but it's not too bad. I mean, for what it is, it's not terrible. Probably be better over ice or mixed in with some crushed ice, but I mean, I'm not gonna pour it out. All right, let's try out our Made Good granola minis. See if these chocolate chip granola bites are any good. Look at them, they're so cute. Just little bite-sized balls of granola. I mean, they just smell like granola. There's not anything just really standing out. It's just like, you know, rolled oats. All right, let's give that a try. See what we ended up with this. Those aren't bad. They're not overly sweet. They've got a decent flavor to them. The balance of chocolate and oats and everything else is pretty good. That's a nice little pick-me-up right there. I'm glad that I put 2 in here, though, because I think 1 would just be enough to make me mad. Those, I like that. Let's flush that out a little bit. Got a little bit of a kick to it, too. It'd be a good party drink. Let's get in here and get a couple more of these pickles. All right, I think it's officially time to get in here and try out this entree. I'm really curious about this line of products because they have several different varieties of this stuff. So I guess this one will tell me if I need to go back and try some of the other stuff or not. But if you tried any of this Born Simple boxed stuff, let me know what your thoughts are on it. I'm curious to hear if anybody else has had any experience with these. Let's open this up and see what this is gonna be like. Let's pop this open. It's a little ugly. It looks like MRE food, it really does. Although it does smell pretty good. The seasoning's on point. Let's pour this out in a bowl and see what it looks like. So there we have it. It looks like most of the MRE style rice meals that you get. Smells pretty good. Doesn't look bad. Once you get it mixed up and it's not so clumpy looking, it's not too bad looking. But let's give this a try and see how our Cinco de Mayo entree turned out. Bon appetit. That's got a surprising bit of heat to it, and the flavor is actually not bad. There's a little hint of sweetness, but overall, that's pretty decent. Now, eating this at home, throwing a little cheese, maybe some salsa on top, we'd do that for sure. We don't have to be at home. No, we do it for the cheese, but let's get some salsa. Honestly, this stuff's not bad for something that just came in a cardboard box, even without any salsa in it, but let's see how it is with that salsa added in. That's pretty good. I don't know that the salsa really gave it anything it didn't already have. It has the flavor of the salsa in there already, so it didn't really change it that much. Let's try a little Cholula in there. Cinco de Mayo, people, we're going spicy. Let's try that. You know, the thing is, this wasn't bad to start with, so we're just going to see if we can make it better. One bite. You know you do. The Cholula brought a great flavor in there, but Lord, it kicked up the heat. My goodness. The heat that was already there was subtle, but it was definitely there. Cholula took it over the top. Whew! That'll wake you up. Let's give that a little something to think about. Oh boy. We added some heat. I think I need another. The thing is, though, it's pretty good, so I don't really want to stop. Somebody stop me. That stuff is much better than I thought it was going to be going in. I honestly kind of thought it was going to be flavorless and bland and maybe just taste like cardboard, but it's pretty decent stuff. I'm going to have to go back and get some more of that. By the way, if you're enjoying this content, please, as always, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, hit that notification bell to be made aware of all upcoming videos. We do a lot of eating on this channel, so let's give back. Let's feed the algorithm. Leave a comment and tell me what you think about the items that are in this. Tell me your favorite or maybe least favorite Cinco de Mayo memory. Maybe something that involves a lot of tequila and waking up on a bathroom floor. Or just pop in to say hi. Every little bit helps, and every comment, good or bad, sadly, helps YouTube to know who else needs to see this video that maybe wouldn't have seen it before. All right, we got one more thing to try, our dark chocolate and almond candy bar. It's not Mexican chocolate. There's no peppers in it. There's nothing like that, but it was the closest thing I could find at Walmart. Look at that. Look, you can say what you want about the Great Value store brand. I have never been disappointed in their chocolate. I don't know what they do, where they get it from, but their chocolate always delivers. Break us off a little piece of that. Very sharp, dark chocolate aroma. You can see the almonds in there. Let's get a bite of that. That is a very rich chocolate. I can taste the almonds. There are substantial enough pieces of almonds in there that I can feel it in my teeth. I would just as soon buy Great Value as a lot of the national brands. Now, we're not comparing that to some of the high-end national brands, but the typical stuff that you find at the cash register, I'd almost rather have that. Cheers. By the way, I remember going to Chi-Chi's when I was a kid growing up, and it was one of the best American versions of Mexican food out there. But I've heard that they are starting to make a comeback, and I'm kind of hoping they do because I always enjoyed Chi-Chi's. Chi-Chi's was the first place I ever had fried ice cream. Now you get it on every corner, but that was the first place I ever got it. It seems a little odd that now they've just been reduced to a malt liquor pina colada drink that you can get at Walmart, but they always had amazing salsa. So let's hope they make a solid comeback. All right, everybody, that is it for this Cinco de Mayo homemade MRE from Walmart. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'm exploring a lot of the new products that Walmart's been introducing, and there's some really cool stuff that started to pop up on their shelves. So you may see a couple more videos like this. If that sounds like something you'd like to see, please leave a comment and tell me about it. Also, I haven't said this in a minute, but if there is a store in your area that you think I should check out and see if I can build a homemade MRE, leave me a comment down below and tell me about it. I may not have it in my area, but I do tend to travel a lot, and when I'm out, I look for places I don't have at home, so that I can build new homemade MREs to bring to this audience. And a lot of these are 100% based on your comments. I wouldn't even know these places existed if it wasn't for you guys. Y'all are a great audience. I always appreciate your input. And on Sunday morning, when you guys are leaving your comments about how you love to get up and see my video first thing in the morning while you're drinking your cup of coffee, that just makes my day. But that's it for this one. And until the next one, prepare for the world that you live in, not the one you wish existed. We'll see you around.